Alright, halfway house. It is Monday afternoon. It's time. We're going to talk about the Hemi and the evolution of my Hemi. So I bought this thing August 28, 2007. It's an 07. It's brand new. It had 17 miles on it. I was working part-time at Napa. I was working full-time, well, kind of part-time at Green Hall and going to school full-time. And my brother's about to turn 18, and my dad said, hey, I want to buy your brother a truck, but, you know, honestly, I'd rather, you know, put a down payment on yours. You give him your truck, and we'll do that deal. So I had an 02, single cab, short bed, two-wheel drive, V6, automatic, cleaner and shit. It was seriously like a brand new fucking truck. It was immaculate. And so I'm like, okay, cool. And I was like, well, I want a Cummins, but I couldn't afford it. I was 20 years old. Yeah, I was 20. And so my dad, you know, he's like, well, why don't you just get a brand new truck, V6, you know, two-wheel drive, automatic, you know, something cheap. I'm like, well, I already got that truck and it's in perfect condition. If I get anything, it's gonna be a fucking Hemi. So I wanted a four-wheel drive Hemi, plain Jane. So basically I told the salesman, I was like, dude, I want a full drive, single cab, short bed, plain Jane, Hemi, posi. And he's like, yeah, we're not gonna have any of these laying around. He's like, that's like a custom order thing, you know, if you find a full drive, single cab, short bed, it's gonna be fucking fully loaded. I'm like, well, I don't fucking want that. I said, well, so what do you got? He said, well, I got two-wheel drive long bed, plain Janes, Hemi, posi. I said, okay, what color? He said, silver and white. So I said, I'll take the silver one. He said, you want to test drive it? I said, nope, just want it. He said, you don't want to drive it? I'm like, dude, I have basically the same fucking truck, and I know how it drives, and, you know, want a Hemi. So I picked this thing up before I went to work at Napa after I left class, and took the back road to Napa, which is, I mean, it's right down the road. And I remember stopping at a stop sign, just fucking nailed it. You know, no stall, no power brake, and just fucking nailed it. Just left two long ass black marks. I was like, yep, this is the fucking truck. Good fucking call. So, love this truck. So I had it for 3 or 4 years, and I sold it for, and I bought a Cummins. And I wish I never sold it, and ended up buying it back for $700 with a blown motor and beat to fuck as you see it now. I haven't put a dent or a scratch on this thing since I've got it. Actually, I put new bumpers front and rear and new seats and shit, but this thing was fucking disaster when I bought it back. But anyway, so it's 07, bought it in August. It was Halloween Day, 2007. We decided, me and my buddy Thomas decided to go to the track, and so it's 100% stock tires, stock. I mean, I didn't fucking touch a fucking thing. I took off the toolbox, the tailgate, and the spare. That was it. And this thing ran 14.81 at like 91 miles an hour. You know, and everyone was like, oh, dude, what the fuck you got done to that? I'm like, dude, it's 100% stock. They're like, there's no way. I'm like, I swear to God. Swear to God. It weighed about 5,000 pounds. Yeah, so I was like, man, well, that's pretty good. So, you know, through the next 6 months, you know, I did a tune, an intake. I put a single 44 Flowmaster on it, Super 44 Flowmaster. Music. Oh, and I ran it again at the track, and I had a Super Chip, I think, on it. Yeah, Super Chip. Ran a 14.67, I believe. You know, then I did the headers. I got pace setter long tubes with cutouts, gutted cats. X-pipe, you know, dual Moroso spiral flows. Actually, that exhaust is the first thing I ever built, and it's still on there. And I ran so I had cheater sticks on it, still had 355 rear, stock limited slip, and it ran a 14.54 at like 92. Man, that's, you know, that's pretty good. But I've seen people seriously do. I mean, well, I've seen people claim 30 horse from headers alone. I've seen people claim half a second from a tune alone. Well, I didn't get any of that for whatever reason. But I will tell you that this thing fucking rips on the street. Oh, that's good. So, in 2010, I hadn't run it at the track in a while. I didn't really do anything to it, and I was like, man, let's put some fucking 456s in this thing and really fucking rip. So, put 456s in it. Took it to the track once. It was in the summer of 2010, like May. It was hot and humid, you know, it's fucking Texas. And I ran a 14, so I was running 14.54 with 355s, doing 2.12 60 foots at like 91, 92 miles an hour. So I did the 456s. I didn't have the cheaters on it anymore, but I had Nitto 420s, and I was doing 14.54, the exact same ET, at like 94, 95 miles an hour. But I was doing like 2.38 60 foots. I couldn't get traction at all with those 420s and the 456s. So I ended up selling the truck. I bought it back, and I ran it twice since, well, this is the third time I ran it since I bought it back. First 2 times were untouched with stock general grabber for 245 size rear tires, little skinnies, you know, the shitty tires. They were on the truck when I bought it back. That's the only reason I ran those. They were like brand new, so like, fuck it, I don't give a shit, just daily driver. So I ran those. I was actually back to 2.12 60 foots, but I was launching it like idle, you know, I could not fucking launch it. And it was running 14.7s, so I'm like, alright, it's still pretty consistent, you know. So now I've got some Toyo Proxy 3s. I got 295s on the rear, which are about 2 inches wider per tire than the stock 245s. So it kind of cooled off, you know, recently. It was 64 degrees last Friday, and it was about, fuck, I don't know, I mean, it was humid, but it was semi-cool. So like, fuck it, let's go to the track. They're doing test and tune. So I took this thing out there. So I like to start, you know, light and, you know, launch harder from there. So I started out with a 1300 RPM launch. You know, go around the water box, just clean off the tires. Light launch 1300, it fucking dead hooked. As soon as it rolled, I saw it was hooking. I fucking nailed it. I did a 2.20, I think, 60 foot, and it ran a 14.56, so almost fastest time I've ever ran. First run out with, you know, a super light launch, so it was pretty packed. So I only got one more run, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna try to launch it harder. So, you know, the dude went, I mean, he fucking hauled ass straight to the, you know, stage, and double staged, you know, or, you know, got the 2 staging lights going, and so I'm like, oh shit, trying to hurry up, and boom, get the second light on, start revving it up. I'm like, that's not enough. So then I was in the left lane, so I'm looking the wrong way. So I look down, I'm only at like 1500. I'm like, oh shit. So like the lights are going, so I kind of goosed it to try to get up to 2000, try to launch at 2000. Well, I didn't stall it slow enough. I goosed it, and when I goosed it, the tires broke loose. As soon as the tires broke loose, the light turned green, so I let off, fucking nailed it, and it hooked, and it fucking went. So I basically launched from idle on that run, and it ran a 14.9. It did a 2.4 60 foot or some shit. But I mean, not bad. I mean, I used to have this shit down. I could run 14.5 every fucking run back in the day, but I've only run this thing, I mean, maybe 4 or 5 times in the last 6 years. So we used to go every other week or whatever it was. I mean, seriously, for like the first couple years I owned this truck. But not joking, I have probably 150 time slips at San Antonio Raceway running this truck. So I know what it's capable of. I know how to fucking drive it. If you drove this on the street, you'd be like, oh man, that thing fucking rips. There's no way it runs mid-14s, because it fucking rips on the street. It's never dynoed over 300 horsepower. It weighs 4,900 pounds. It looks like a piece of shit work truck. And when people get beat by this thing, they are, I mean, you know, outside their goddamn mind. I mean, they're fucking pissed. Like, what the fuck, man? So when I lived in San Marcos, you know, going to college, I had this truck, and it was clean back then, you know, but I had the same Steelies on it, but they were body color, they were silver. You know, Nitto 420s back in the day, and dude, I'd fucking smoke 6 liters, 7.3s, 5.9s, 6.7s, 6.4s, I mean, fucking everything. And, you know, you catch them at the next light, like, man, what the fuck's done to that thing? I'm like, dude, it's just bolt-on. I mean, it's stock cam, it's, you know, it's headers, you know, posi, and, you know, tune, and whatever. Like, there's no fucking way, man. Like, yeah. I've beat trucks that dynoed 600 horse in this thing. You know, whatever. I've beat GT Mustangs. I beat SS Camaros. I beat Lightnings. I beat Challengers, Chargers, whatever. Because I know exactly how to drive this thing. I mean, this was my daily driver for 3 or 4 years, and it's still pretty much my daily driver with, you know, the dually. So I know how to drive this thing. Not that it's hard to drive. I mean, if you don't know what the fuck you're doing, you can roast those tires all fucking day long. So it does take some finesse, being a long bed. Actually, we put this thing on the scale, and it weighed like 200 pounds less than a Hellcat. I mean, 200 pounds more than a Hellcat. And the weight distribution was almost the exact same as a Hellcat. It was 700 pounds heavier in the front than the rear. I'm like, holy shit, how is a long bed single cab that, you know, evenly distributed, weight distributed? But I don't know, it is. So anyway, so I'm gonna figure out how to edit this video and put those 2 runs I made, what is that, 2-3 nights ago, at the end of this video. You'll see the first one. I had the cutouts open. My girlfriend filmed it. She didn't get the burnout, but I went around the water box, just basically cleaned the tires off, just first gears, whoop, that's it. I launched it, I want to say, somewhere, I wasn't really paying attention. It was like my first run, it kind of shake down, I was like, just launch light. So it was somewhere between 1200 and 1400, and it dead hooked, and I fucking nailed it, and it pulled strong all the way through. The second one, you'll see that I kind of rev it up to about the same, 1200, 1400, or so 1500 maybe, and then you'll see I goosed it once the lights started going, because I wasn't stalled up as high as I wanted to be. And when I goosed it, you can watch the truck fucking, it lifts, and the tire spun. I let off, goes green, fucking nailed it, whatever. So it was fun. It's really fun, actually. Definitely room for improvement. I'm not as used to it as I used to be, man. I used to, I knew exactly what to fucking do, but it was fun. So didn't really turn any heads or make any noise, but I made a whole lot of noise. It's fucking loud. But so there's that. So check out the videos. I have another channel, StarChief59. That was my original YouTube channel, and I've got a bunch of old Hemi performance shit, videos back then, which I still get comments on there all the time, like, man, how'd you like the Super Chip? How'd you like the Edge? How'd you like the Diablo? How are the 456 gears? How are the headers? And so figured I'd do one on this channel. I haven't really done one. I will say that everybody that drives this truck wants to buy it, and it's probably a $3,000 to $3,500 truck. I mean, it's nothing special. Interior's dirty. It's got scratches and shit, and I didn't put a single dent or scratch in this fucking truck. This is how I bought it back. When I sold it, it was perfect. So when I take it to track, I don't wash it or nothing, because, I mean, let's face it, if you get beat by this thing, you're gonna be fucking pissed off. So whatever. It hurts people's feelings. That's the best part about it. But I mean, if you drive it, like, holy shit, that thing fucking rips. Like, that thing should run 12. No, it doesn't. But it runs really, really good stoplight to stoplight. It hooks great on the street if you know how to drive it. First, second gear, it fucking rips. Hits third, it's a fucking dog. It's terrible on the highway. So check out the quarter-mile videos, and let me know what you think. I know there's people out there that have done less to their, third-gen Hemis, and they've run, faster, and I've known people that have, done more and run slower. So this kind of seems to be about par. What it did stock was way above par. I don't know why this ran a 14.81 100% stock, and I don't know why it has only run a 14.5. So that's at least the third or fourth time I've been out at the track with 355s or 456s and run almost the exact same time. So yeah, so I guess let's hear y'all's excuses and your bragging rights about what you've run with your Hemi. I really, really wanted to get this thing. I thought the trans was blown about a month ago, and I think I made a video on it. I quick learned it, and it's been fine ever since, but I really, really wanted to run this at the track at least one more time before I do a 6-speed swap. I got a G56 for it, 6-speed manual. So I got my one more run. I'd like to get another one to where I could actually launch it harder and get a couple more runs rather than just 2 runs all night. I really, truly believe this thing with traction has a 13.8 or faster in it. I mean, no fucking doubt in my mind. It just runs really, really good. I just can't launch it like I used to. But I haven't put cheater slicks on it since I've run, or since I put the 456 in it. So there's room for improvement there. But these tires actually hook pretty good. But I fucked up. Just tried to, I just wasn't really paying attention. I should have started stalling it up as soon as I fucking staged, instead of, kind of brought it up slow, and then I kind of ran out of time and goosed it and spun the tires. But that was my fault. But so halfway house, I'm gonna finish this. I'll figure out how to edit this video, and put my 2 quarter-mile videos at the end of this, and let me know what y'all think, or not. I don't give a shit. Monday morning, I'm gonna do some heavy cleaning today, inside and out. This is my Sunday, so take it easy, clean up, and hope y'all enjoy the video. Take your shit to the track, man. It's a blast. I mean, you can be completely stock and have a fucking blast. I mean, there's no way you can't. It's fucking fun. So quit being pussies. Go to the track. Support your local track, because I know San Antonio Raceway has been talking about closing forever, and they're back open. So keep running them. And no, they didn't have any fucking beer there the other night. I was like, so I got my tech card. And like, hey man, where's the beer at? And honestly, I was like kind of focused. So I was like, no, I'll drink on the way home, or whatever, when I get home. And my chick, she drinks Shinerbrook, that's it. So I'm like, hey, where's the beer at? He said, well, he laughed. He's like, well, it's usually over there, but I don't think they have any. I'm like, what the fuck kind of track doesn't have beer? So anyway, we had to get some on the way home. So anyway, support your local track, run your shit. I don't really dog this thing on the road anymore, and I don't race it anymore. I mean, I never really did. If somebody pulls up at a stoplight, that's one thing, but I never looked for anything. When I had my 06, everyone tried to race me, and it was not fast. And what's funny is I beat everybody in my 06. I got beat by a Tundra one time when I was in my 06 Cummins. It was 4-wheel drive, 6-speed. It was not fast. This thing is a million times faster, and hardly anybody wants to race this thing. But anyway, finish this, start cleaning up, and I will see y'all later.